guys, my name is Anastasia.
I'm Savina.
Today we'll be answering your questions about uni in general. I did this poll on my Instagram yesterday. We got a lot.
Very helpful.
I literally showed her the list 5 minutes ago and we're like, oh, okay. We're both at Queen Mary, both first years.
I'm doing politics and international relations.
And I do a double legal degree, so English law and French law.
We're both on campus. We both went through the whole process of applying for uni at the same time.
Right, so first question, are you ready?
Oh god, okay. I'm ready.
Freshers Week, what to expect?
A lot, like the one mistake I think both of us made was that I got the big 3 pass for freshers, which didn't turn out to be like the most amazing thing in our opinion.
So the big freshers pass, not saying it's bad, we just, I guess let's say in general, we got so many club passes and stuff like that you don't need to get.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
it was honestly so expensive. First of all, let me just say, I paid £100. I don't know why I paid that.
The only reason I got it afterwards was because I heard that like she got it and then I knew a couple other people that got it as well, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll get it too. And I think I paid about like £80 for that ticket. Don't.
Literally tickets are like £5 to £10 usually. And to be honest, people want you to go to these parties, people want you to go to these clubbing events and whatever, so tickets will be available. I guess we also had a different experience because our freshers was like on campus. We have a specific campus at Queen Mary.
I'd say like for whatever university you're going to, they most likely will all have freshers week.
But then there's also like clubbing events and like stuff that are not affiliated or not specifically like linked to your uni that are also for freshers during like the freshers time.
Also keep in mind, there's also going to be so many things that are happening on campus.
Gosh,
like
so bad.
The amount of flat parties and things that were happening in that like first
you won't
week,
sleep just
you're
now.
Definitely like, we were up very late.
Yeah, and I feel like it's not even partying that much. Like, don't be worried if you don't drink, if you're not really into partying. You'll just be like staying up late, meeting people.
Like, we met so many different people during Freshers Week. The people that you meet during Freshers Week are not always going to be the people that you end up with. Like,
praise that. I also asked like my friends and around what they thought of uni in general and what advice we could give, and that was like one of the most like said things.
Yeah,
you'll meet a lot of people. You maybe won't even remember some people's names at the end of the week just because so much is going on. Like, and that's okay. Like, it's okay if you don't end up with that group,
but take advantage of it.
Yeah,
like, it's
definitely.
Always so nice meeting so many different people. Like, 100% Freshers Week is one of the most amazing weeks. I think we all had so much fun during that week just because we took the opportunity to meet so many different people, and at least now on campus, you know, you'll kind of see a couple of
you're
people.
Like, oh hey, I remember you from somewhere, I think.
Yeah, honestly, I'd say take the most of Freshers Week. It is a really, really fun week, and it's a really enjoyable time, and it's just a nice way to start off your uni life, you know?
You don't need to be prepared in any way. Just let go of the tickets, let go, just be spontaneous on that week. Like, if there's one week to be spontaneous, it's that one. Just make it feel like a summer camp.
Not a lot of things are happening with your degree in that week. I know, like, for me, I had literally our induction.
Yeah, that was it. Like, one induction class, and that was it.
And meeting with your advisor, and then the rest of the week you're free. So just take the most of every opportunity you can. Just get to know as many people as possible. That's all I can really say about, like, Freshers Week is very fun.
Yeah. Second question, how to balance social life in uni? Just with mental health in general. That's like a big question.
That's a deep
question. We're still trying to figure that out.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think you'll ever properly be able to fully be like, okay, I can balance both my mental health and social life perfectly, and plus manage my academics. Like, it's really difficult, especially if you're an international student like what we were. It's really, really difficult. Obviously, you're away from home as well. You know, you have to deal with all of these different factors in your life. It's you becoming an adult. Being
an international student, even people just, you know, living in the UK, because we moved to the UK, but like not living in London, so not seeing their family. I feel like I was kind of an imposter with that because I had already lived on my own. But like, I saw my friends go through that. Obviously, it was still hard for me, but I saw you going through that, and I saw like all of our friends. Everyone dealt with it differently. So I'd say, like, obviously don't focus on your first weeks on, you know, really balancing work, social life. Like, it's okay to not have a balanced life at that point.
Yeah, 100%. Take your days, or take your like couple of weeks or something if you want to kind of just sit by yourself, try and soak up everything like you need, because it is a lot that you're gonna go through, especially after Freshers Week. We were kind of just hit with
we
like,
were just there like, what's
classes?
it's not summer camp. Like,
this is so weird. It's not like a walk in the park as what like everyone thinks.
Because at the end of the day, like, this is not high school anymore, it's your life. You live in this environment and you need to take care of yourself, you need to take care of your future, you need to take care of all these things. And you can't just kind of let it go and be like, oh, I'm just gonna study or I'm just gonna work.
It's going to take some time to find people that you trust. Within the first couple of weeks of university, you're going to think that like, you know, everyone's your friend, you can trust everyone, or like you can't trust anyone. But like, you need to take your time as well. Like, be social, be able to meet people, go out and explore, because eventually you will find the friends that you just need. One person that you know you can count on if you're like at your lowest and you need someone to talk to. As long as you find that one person, honestly, it makes uni life so easy. And it just helps so much because you know that they're going through the same things as well, you know?
Yeah, it's okay if you don't feel like you're like in the loop and kind of, you know, like going through the current like in the best way possible. It's okay to kind of feel like you're not grasping it, because I feel like we're a bit lost the first months as well.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Especially when it got towards times where it'd be more of a crunch period and stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Like, obviously, like, you feel like your social life is going to take a hit. I think the first month, all of us were like, ooh, nice, let's actually like go out and have so much fun and like, you know, go crazy. And then when it kind of got to the time where we needed to start focusing on ourselves, our mental health and everything, we needed to prioritize ourselves. And I think that's super important. Just take the time where like,
so there's no, just kind of to clarify that question, there's no really the best answer possible, because we're still going through that. Just take your time. You need to even just like take a day to like write it all out, write what you need to do, the due dates, see when you can have a time to yourself, and just kind of figure it out from there. I think that's the best.
Yeah, I think honestly after the first couple of weeks of uni, that's when you will really start to find your balance with your social life and your mental health, because it is difficult and it's going to be difficult for the entirety of your first year.
Maybe even second year.
Maybe,
we'll let you know.
We'll let you know at that time.
We'll
we
let
can't
you know.
speak in the future.
Change of topic. Someone asked the cost of living in general, so I'm guessing how to budget in London. How could you compare it to Singapore, for example?
I grew up and basically lived my entire life in Singapore. Being an international student, the one thing that always sticks in my mind is the fact I am spending my parents' money as well as my money, so I always need to take into consideration like the currency exchange and everything. But London is an expensive place.
Plus you're a student, so you have the cost of traveling. I mean, we're lucky to be in a campus, so our first year we would just walk to our classes. But other London unis, for example, they have campuses a bit all around. To go and come back, it's like £5 on the tube minimum or something. Easily. Just know, like, traveling, eating, like, everything is expensive here, and you kind of got to take that into account.
Staying on campus has definitely reduced the cost of living.
Definitely. We're looking into getting a flat together next year, and it's not the same budget.
It is definitely like, and you have to be prepared for that. Like, London is definitely a very expensive place, and you are not going to get the prices that you get in your first year, in your second year, and whatever. Luckily, London is a very like student kind of based city, so you'll get like student offers, student deals. I think it's like uni days and all these apps that can help you out. I definitely recommend to check that out once you're at uni, because it does reduce prices. Honestly, like even if it's simple things like going like shopping for clothes and stuff, if your store
necessary,
it's a necessity, you know, you just need to have it. But even if it means going to a store or something, if you've got the app and they've got a discount, I'd say 100% use it.
Might as well. To help yourself budget, take the first month, be reasonable with it, just see how much you spend, and then moving from there, kind of see how you can budget, see how much a month usually will cost you. Also doing things like spreadsheets and stuff, trying to set like goals with how much you spend. The first month, obviously I looked at my budget, but at the same time, the first month is never really gonna like mirror the other months, because we had to spend what on our gym membership, societies memberships and all that. So don't stress out on the first month either and be like, oh my goodness, like I'm spending like 2,000 every month. No, that won't happen. Like don't worry. Honestly, as long as you're smart with your money, you will figure it out and it will be okay. Yeah, and coffee shops, man. And she sells while just grabbing her iced tea. It's different though. Yeah, Starbucks is cheaper here than oh my goodness, especially
Starbucks
student
is cheaper.
Starbucks. Yeah, like we have a Starbucks in our campus, and cheaper than anything else, really.
Yeah, honestly, like,
keep in mind we're in East London though, so that changes. Like the costs change a little bit from the area you're in.
yeah. I think overall, definitely London cost of living,
Yeah,
expensive.
just know that. Just be ready for that.
Just be ready for it.
Complete change of subject. Campus life.
Campus
life. How is it really?
I love it. There's the pros and the cons. Obviously, like we kind of touched on it a bit, saying that we got to meet so many people through campus life. You know, we were able to like catch up with people. You know,
it felt like a safe environment. So if you're thinking of Queen Mary, you get the offer to come as a first year in the campus. Second year, you usually got to move, but first year, you're kind of like taken care of, and I feel like it's a great intermediary between your kind of high school years and living with your family to heading to living in an apartment on your own.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, like a lot of people that I know are people from my course. I obviously have met them through my degree and everything, and they're really sweet and everything, but I also know people from other degrees just because I'm staying on campus, so it is really helpful like
to meet people outside of your degree. Negative points though,
it is loud
and overwhelming.
It is very overwhelming. It is very loud.
And plus, it'll depend on your flatmates. I feel like your flatmates are quite calm, mine like to party more, and there's nothing wrong with that. Hopefully you will feel comfortable with your flatmates, kind of knowing that it will not be the calmest space.
Yeah.
Like
that's why it's important to kind of use your room as personal time as well.
Yes.
To kind of be like, okay, this is for me. This is my opportunity and my way to kind of de-stress.
The thing is like as well with campus life, you gotta know that like as soon as you'll come out of your ACOM, because you're in different buildings, you'll bump into people.
Oh yeah.
Like you always. And sometimes you're just not in the mood. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes you just want to be in, you know,
By yourself. Yeah.
So something to take into consideration, but definitely an experience that I would redo 100%, like as a first year.
I think as a first year, it's an experience that you don't really want to give up. I think we've had like so many amazing experiences.
I think you're allowed to have people staying in, right?
You're allowed to have guests, but you obviously have to check with each uni's requirements. Like
yeah,
for
it's
us,
different ones. I think it was first, it's 2 nights or something.
They're
quite flexible with it though.
Yeah. They
don't really check.
Yeah.
But then obviously don't make a mess.
Yeah. Cleaning people help make sure that the kitchens are cleaned and everything.
And then you've got like, for example, my window broke and they came to repair it. Did I tell you about that?
It broke?
Oh, you don't understand. Story time. I opened the window yesterday, like, and I was like, I'm gonna have to tell my mom I opened the window falls. I had to grab it back. Someone downstairs was like, and I was like, sorry. And I had to literally, like, all the screws were gone. So now they've tried to attach it from the top, like, yeah. But perks of being on a campus, someone came to repair it for free.
All in all, definitely recommend campus living.
Do it. One of my friends that's at uni says, be prepared for big workloads. And a lot of people ask, what's the work-life balance between uni and everything compared to like A-levels and IB for you?
Do you want to talk about A-level first, or?
So I did international A-levels. So I'd say I worked really hard my last 2 years for A-levels. And then I arrived here and it was like, there's a lot less structure at uni. So there's a lot of workloads literally thrown at you in certain periods of time, so it's not always like that, and it's just for you to figure it out.
IB is very intense. Like it is a very intense 2 years, but all of my teachers at the beginning, they were like, once you get to uni will be it will be a much easier experience from you after doing IB.
Yeah.
And I think I can say that what they said is true.
Because I feel like A-levels, because people told you what to do, it was a lot of work, but you had that help. And I feel like it's at uni where you're like, oh, actually, I know how to do it myself. And that's what felt good for us.
Honestly, yeah, because it's less about, oh, I got all of the knowledge and everything from high school and I got all of the knowledge. It's
not about the knowledge.
A-level and IB. It's more about the skills that you learn through it, like the analytical skills for essays, the organization skills, structure, things like that.
Working through pressure. We were saying you'll know how to work under pressure, and that's what you need at uni.
Exactly. Like, in a way, like things like A-level and IB, they prepare you to get all of the knowledge and like everything nitty-gritty into your head, so that you kind of like can work under pressure and work like consistently to make sure you do meet an end goal. And I think coming to uni, like we did say, yes, the workload is quite
be prepared for, I mean, yes, you will have a lot of work. You will have days where you don't even have tutorials. Like, you gotta be ready for that, because the first weeks we were like, oh, okay, I don't have work today. But no, like for each tutorial I at least had to do like 3 hours of prep before. And be like, the questions are ready, the reading is ready, because otherwise what's the point of going to class?
Every single week is a different topic. and you just don't want to put yourself in a position where you're all of a sudden got to the end of the year and you haven't covered a certain amount of weeks.
Yeah.
And it's just like a whole like bombardment of information on you. So take your time. Obviously, like on the days that are free, they're not technically free. Manage your time, because university is also about enjoying yourself. Take the time.
It's your life. It's your
Yeah.
life. It's not just about studies. Try to just get in the
flow
of things and figure it out. That's all we can say.
Yeah, exactly.
Next question. Do we have a lot of responsibilities on top of work? And does it sometimes get frustrating that it is all kind of you?
I think in a way, yes. There is a lot of responsibilities. We all have to kind of pinch ourselves and remember,
Yeah.
we are alone. You're on your own in this other country. You kind of need to figure out your life.
I kind of feel like an imposter in that situation because I had lived on my own before, but I think like it was still different because I was living on my own during A-levels, but it wasn't the beginning of my new life. And I think that you'll realize that, like, especially in your first months, you'll have to figure out your bank account,
The telephone services here,
phone services,
visa stuff.
yeah. Oh my gosh, our experience with visa,
That was,
let's put it in brackets, it was stressful.
I was texting her and I was like, no visa, I'm supposed to leave tomorrow.
I know.
I picked up my visa the day of my flight.
The day of.
I just got out. So visa's another struggle in itself.
Just make sure as soon as you get your grades, make sure that uni has received them. If they haven't, you know, sometimes they'll ask you for like a transcript. Then as soon as you get your CAS confirmation of
Yeah.
something like that, I'll
Something.
write it down. As soon as you kind of get the confirmation from the uni, send out all your paperwork.
Yeah. It will take a while.
Yeah, so in general, as soon as you get your A-level grades, you start becoming responsible of yourself.
Yeah.
Don't, you know, go slacking because you can't do that.
Honestly,
Can't do that. Okay, and last question. What is one thing we wish we knew that we feel like we weren't prepared for when we headed to uni? Obviously, there's probably many things we were unprepared for, let's be honest.
It's a difficult question.
I'd say all the pre-uni stuff. It's less about being unprepared for, but more the assumption of, oh, I'm gonna be so unprepared. But really, just before becoming freshers, we had WhatsApp groups, we had calls from the uni, we had an Instagram account.
Honestly, reach out to people.
Yes.
Because like, before coming here, if you guys have things in common, the reason we met is because we were on a group call together.
Yes. I think we're definitely unprepared for the fact that, like, I hadn't realized this would be my life. I thought the first weeks, thought it was a summer camp. And then I was like, oh my goodness, like, it's fun. We're just back to high school, just workloads. Like, no. You need to go do your groceries. You need to take care of your entire life now, you know?
I think that's the one thing I didn't take advantage of, is like kind of planning myself out a bit more, you know?
We talked about responsibilities, we talked about all this, but no one has it figured out. Until high school, we kind of knew what we wanted to do. And we had, you know, uni to look forward to, but now that you're in here, it's okay to be a bit confused.
Your outlook on your life does not have to be the same outlook that you had in high school.
That's okay.
It's completely okay.
It's
like
okay.
when I applied for university in high school, I thought I wanted to do law, and I think the best decision for me was to switch courses. I'm so much happier in this course. Even if you are doing like a specific course and everything, you don't have to go only into that field. You can branch out, you can do things.
And like if you're like just unsure about heading to uni, give it a shot. It is one of the best things that has happened to us.
Yeah.
And I definitely say just give it a shot. If it's not for you, that's okay.
You make such good connections and friends from uni. I know for both of us, we both really got into the fact of like working towards a healthy lifestyle and everything.
Uni is kind of your moment to try things out and kind of
Find balances.
and explore yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, that is it for this video. It is really long. I'm gonna struggle to
I feel so bad.
I'm gonna struggle. But thank you guys for sending in your questions. It was actually a lot, very interesting.
It was very interesting.
and insightful for us as well. To kind of
yeah, I think as we've been talking, we're like, wow, we learned quite a bit in uni, you know? Like first year, it's quite a bit.
But it's not even, yeah, if you have any other questions, you can leave them in the comments below. Probably see her a lot next year because we need to find a flat. So that's our next job right now.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, thank you guys.
Thank
See ya.
you. Bye.